Hey Gemini, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed. I have another intuitive message today. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I want to talk to y'all. I think once I'm finished wrapping up all the zodiac signs, you know how I would just fixate on the zodiac signs, the current season of what the zodiac sign is. So right now it's Gemini, going into Cancer. So I'll start to fixate on Cancer, and then Leo and Virgo, and that wraps up the trial and error of just fixating on the one zodiac sign. I feel like I just want to do collective readings, but I also feel like I've outgrown the space. I also feel like I want to do something different. I just don't know what that different is. So I feel like once I wrap up all the zodiac signs and things like that, I want to take the necessary mental capacity and space to create something bigger. I just don't know what that bigger is. So I don't know how that's going to resonate with you guys during Gemini season or any Gemini placements. But I do see something about love. What would you need to give up in order to achieve your dream? Because I feel like the worst case scenario is you being held back by stagnancy, and that's like a nightmare. It's like boredom in its own essence. It may be it may be your time to powerfully give or receive love, to maybe forgive someone or overcome issues from the past where there has been hurt and a lot of disappointment. And love invites you to leave judgment and prejudice at the door. So I feel like you could have been conditioned to behave prejudice towards a group of people. It could be family, it could be love, it could be professionalism, it could be anything. But it invites you, you're invited to, you know, calm down. That's the advice, is just calm down. It's irritating to hear someone tell you to calm down when your feelings are valid. I'm not saying it like that, but you're more powerful when you operate in. I just feel like it's a karmic lesson by way of a plethora of experiences that is shaping you to just hit a rock bottom in so many different ways, in more ways than one. Meaning, from now on, everything, every aspect, person, place, or thing that's going to be a part of my life, the foundation of it needs to be love, not respect, yes, but love is more creative, way more creative. You are advised not to let the moment pass you if you're given an opportunity to do things differently by expressing love in some way. It doesn't matter how small it is. You could just be called to forgive somebody and get it off your chest, get it off your heart. So it invites you to dissolve barriers and let in their creativity, because it's starting to block your creativity, or that's where those feelings of stagnancy could be coming from. And all obstacles, my apologies, all obstacles can be transcended, because where love is where love is present with no conditions or agendas, all things become possible and miracles can happen. So what I'm intuitively picking up is a lot of what I've been channeling. You operating from a space of love is pulling everybody who's connected to you in some way or another, whether you know about it or not. People take a loving to you, Gemini. They actually have love for you. So you operating from a space of love, instead of, you have these barriers up, so it would naturally stop people from being able to practice that love towards you, but they have that love for you. You you could be, it's the karmic lesson is teaching someone how to be vulnerable to love, instead of you being in that Queen of Swords energy and being hella persuasive, practicing that art of persuasion by way of, and keeping those barriers up. I feel like it can transcend a lot of obstacles where love is present with no conditions. But love underpins the very foundation of life itself. Of course, trust in its power, and love forward to the prospect of giving, receiving, and sharing love. Above all, be willing to be guided by the wisdom of your loving heart. You don't want to share your loving heart with nobody. That's what I'm getting. What happened to Gemini? Because we got Queen of Swords clarified by the devil. Maybe you are used to having people at bay to where you don't have to show as much love because you're used to being hurt. Or the people who were supposed to show up for you, who's supposed to love you the most, taught you how to be like them, and you're more like them more than you care to want to be. And this is how you counteract it. Like I feel like you put up a good fight. Like it's a good fight by way of you could be like it could be your parents, for example. They hard hearted, they're stubborn, they're fixed, they're more militant, they're more logical, they don't operate from their heart space because they were conditioned to be like that and they raised you to be like that. And even though you are who you are, you may be a person who has like a real loving heart. You know, you're real compassionate, you love humanity, you love people, you love everything. But life just didn't condition you to be able to practice it without being too naive. So you gotta put barriers up and you resent it. It turns you prejudice. I'm gonna shuffle these, but on the bottom it's like hiding your true self, projection. Gemini. Everyone falls in love with a Gemini. Or you have those Gemini placements. I feel like someone is very, very in love with you, but your barrier is up because you turn prejudice against this person. Against this person. And that's a fear because it doesn't feel very pleasant even if you don't know that they're working through these emotions. It does not feel pleasant that you are in that persuasive energy. Okay, 2 seconds. Hold on, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let me try to dissect this a little bit deeper and see what's going on. I also see that people are trying to stop people from supporting you. I see that they're trying to deter people from coming your way or paying you 2 seconds of attention. You have, let's see, the botanist, parenthood, legacy. The merchant. You're doing the way you're practicing your love these days is creating stuff. And I feel like you hold what you hold near and dear, like this flower, like the botanist, like parenthood, legacy. I feel like you're minding your legacy because it's clarified by the merchant. Like a man's place in this world is to mind his legacy. And a woman's place is to nurture her family and love her man. Love. Operate from a space of receptivity and love, being able to give and receive. Self-worth trade. I feel like it's taking the fun. I feel like in some element it's taking the fun out of based off everything you've been through. You starting to maybe those layers are shedding off so much, like by you going reptilian. I feel like so much of the layers are peeling off to the point where you do see yourself clearly and concise. Like you have mental clarity about where you're at and how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way and what you need to do next. From a professional space, I feel like you're taking the professional approach. I also feel like you are in this protective, nurturing space, and you're shifting your love and increasing your worth by way of legacy and trade, like business, self-worth, parenthood. You creating a business and you putting all that you've got into it to make it more than what it should be at a minimum. You don't want to just get by. You want to excel. This is like accelerated rapid pace and you're trying to keep an open mind. But I feel like that's where your love is. I don't love no man or I don't love no woman right now. My love is by creating a bigger value, a greater value. All that I come to the table with doesn't just have to be practice and loving another person. I can show up by way of professionally. Gemini. What else? I just said. Sorry, I don't like a lot of noise when I'm trying to talk. I only want to hear my thoughts, and that's it. I don't. Anyway. You have the adventurer and the walker, the unknown. You could be obviously taking a walk into the unknown. Here, I feel like you're somebody who has a good play with words. Gift of gab. The art of persuasion is a big thing here with the devil and the Queen of Swords. I don't love no man. I love my money. I just want to make my money and go home. I feel like you have it to give. You're just not practicing it in that way. And you got the adventurer, responsibility. You want to cause a massive eruption to a unique marketplace. And you're taking it's something different, it's something new, and I like that the birds are here with the communication. I have feelings of inadequacy where I'm at, and I want to change it. I'm ready for change. I'm going for change. You're not just ready for change, you're going for change. The walker, you're taking a walk to the unknown. You're exploring something you've never done before. To get different results, you have to do things you've never done before. I want to dive more deeper into that. You've got plenty to offer, both yourself and other people, and sometimes it's beneficial to remind yourself exactly what you've got in stock. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, raise your prices, or maybe your figurative wares will be better appreciated elsewhere. Just you want to make sure you're marketing yourself correctly and you feel like where you came from, that obviously wasn't it. It was devaluing you. You weren't going to settle for less, or you weren't going to be mismanaged for pennies on the dollar, is how I heard it. But as a botanist, it's a parent, a nurturer, a giver of life. By providing the right environment, they bring everything intentions, material gains, even people into fruition. So, what you do now creates a legacy for those who come after you. Take what you have learned from the botanists before you and become the next to embrace that role. It's something about this when you see this card you have, it's for you and for those who have nurtured you into who you are today. So a lot of where you come from, that the way you internalize it is from a space of love. I feel like it's always been that way for you, because you propelling past where you've come from is something they've never done before you. Like generations before you have never. They kind of dealt with things. You take a different approach on how you deal with life and the dramatics of life, the traumatics of life. A sense of regret seems to be coloring everything lately, sucking away the joy of the journey. It is something about you channeling your love elsewhere, about something boring the hell out of you. Perhaps you've been forced to leave something behind in order to move forward. Or maybe it's the result of circumstances beyond your control, but whatever it is, the pain is necessary, but to a point. Rather than wallowing in the self punishment, you got to shed that regret and move on. I don't know if someone is projecting that onto you, or you feel that way, or you're just thinking back on in a way where it's pondering. You're thinking back on how you used to deal with things versus who you are today, who you were and who you versus who you've become. I've heard I'm nobody's sad ass soap opera story. But somehow you've ended up in a position in which the weight of expectations is heavier than you wanted. Like unwanted responsibility is a heavy burden, and there are plenty of people waiting for you to fail, but there are just as many people waiting to catch you and help you. Like, don't try to face it alone. Make sure you ask him for help, Gemini. But break the task down into smaller parts and take it day by day, or even hour by hour if you need to. There's no greater achievement than proving your naysayers wrong. So if someone's expecting you to be bumped with this new move, somebody's expecting you to be bombarded with responsibility, and they don't take it as serious as they're going to or about to. How are you feeling, Gemini? Let's talk. Go deeper for this. It's like during all of this, during this transition. I see the death of transformation. I just feel like you're coming out of those caterpillar phases, and it's looking more graceful than expected. You probably didn't expect it to be as graceful neither. But I feel like you're aligned with your purpose, so it's easier. You don't have the hard times you used to because you're learning. You're learning quick. What works, what doesn't work. A personal issue reaches its resolution, and bringing love into a situation. Hold on, I'm putting two more cards down before I speak. This is about your security and your authenticity. That's part of it. And you're making. I feel like you're taking your worth. You know you're innovative. You also know you're very nurturing, like the botanist. I like how that card is right under the botanist. And the bring love into situation. So two cards are talking about love, self-love, self-worth. What would you need to give up in order to achieve your dreams? Could be an outdated way of thinking or just everything you used to do. Because this is going to be different. This is worth it. I see that. It could mean come out of your south node. Don't let the past hold you back and have faith in your dreams. The walker, the unknown, facing your north node. I was gonna say something about the birds, the unknown journey. You just taking a walk. I feel like I heard the wild side of life, taking a walk on the wild side of life. What's making you look at the past though? Because that could be right in reverse too. It's like you could be trying to move towards a new future for a while, but something keeps making you look back to the past, unlike the upright meaning of this card. It isn't something you can simply leave behind. You need to take the time to really address the problem. So now I feel like you're stuck about something and you're not trying to be. So you could be pondering how far back you've come to where you are. Who was I then versus who I am now, and how would I handle this now? But what I really think it is you addressing something on a more of a spiritual level. Perhaps you're questioning whether you need to move on at all. You don't know. Or perhaps there is something unresolved holding you back. Whatever the reason is, it's time to do something about it. This could be the part about making peace. Because you could be moving forward in logic. This is very stoic energy because this is Capricorn air energy. Earth and air together can make for a very practical, logical, that's stoic at the end of the day. You might be moving in a way where it's relaxed a little bit. You could be moving out of a heart. This is the Queen of Swords right here. So she's already been the Queen of Cups. She already understands what it's like to have her wear her heart on her sleeve. And you could be feeling the feelings of inadequacy that I was picking up on could be that in this adventure or with the advice you've been receiving and the energy you're picking up on, it may not pay to wear your heart on your sleeve. It's cutthroat where you're about to go, but you're a natural at what you do. So how are you going to bring your authenticity into, with the utmost nurture and care, like how do I be myself and be and maneuver into this into this new adventure. Whatever the reason is, it's time to do something about it. See on the bottom, a new romantic cycle begins. Something about balance and harmony. Wherever you're going is balance and harmony, but whatever is doing, the feelings of inadequacy is bringing out your inner Lilith, like your inner bitch, your shadow side. You're made to address your shadow side. So you could be in the middle of a dark night, in the middle of a dark night of the soul, or facing that shadow side of your soul while transitioning into something new, all at the same time. So something about you is shedding to progress. She's shedding a lot to progress. So something about not being prejudiced and moving forward with the love, having faith in your dreams. Listen, let me see. I didn't even use the tarot cards. We're gonna use the tarot cards to figure out. Bringing love into the situation would be the authentic move about your self-worth. Like, don't exclude that part. Don't be prejudiced, because I feel like you're the missing element. You're the missing piece to the puzzle. Even if you see the majority of the entrepreneurs or the majority of the other colleagues, of whatever it is that you do, the vast majority of the people are a certain way. They're not quite you. You're different. You're meant to be different. You want to make sure you being different is going to survive what you're transitioning into. It's a feeling of inadequacy. Like, it's not that you can't do it, it's respect. Something about respect. I feel like you're coming in with respect. Meaning, you're showing up in a space of, you ain't gotta love me, you just have to respect me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care who don't like me, but you will respect my conglomerate, kind of thing. Where you should be operating, bring that love into the situation. Bring the receptive energy. Move in the space of love that's going to earn the respect that you feel like. I feel like you think you have to move in a way to keep the respect at a certain level. And that's not the case. If you're showing up in love, that's your authenticity. That's going to make the transition smoother. That's going to make the transition better. That's going to make people receive you better because you're open to be received better. Because you are quite the influence. Just catchy, like you're going to draw attention regardless. And you showing up not in love is like showing up like everybody else. You're nothing like everybody else, but that's the point of you being there, is to open the door so everybody else could be in their authenticity too, because they're a lot more like you. Instead of you caving in a sense, to a point, you don't want to cave in at all. That's why you need the love, the element of love in what you're doing. To give it and to be receptive to it and not be prejudiced. Don't be prejudiced. Okay. Really? But what flipped over was the Five of Wands in reverse. So the competition, something about it beats out the competition. I think your potential can shut a lot of people up or shut a lot of shit down. The Six of Swords is in reverse. It shuts a lot of drama down. You won't need to move. This is not one of those temporary situations where you're just on an assignment and then you go to the next thing. You might be here to stay with the Six of Swords in reverse. That's how I'm seeing it. Six of Swords in the upright is moving away from conflict into calmer waters. You might be in the calmer waters already. And then you got the Four of Swords, which has truce on it. Yeah, this isn't logical. This isn't for you to practice the logical side, because you are showing up as the Queen of Swords, clarified by the Devil. So with the Six of Swords in the reverse, it's like you're not operating from, a scientific, logical space, an intellectual space. It's not about the ego. This is your purpose. That's why the Six of Swords is not. It's not meant for you to. It's not meant for you to leave. Like, this is solidified for you. And the Four of Swords is truth. They're gonna have to shut the fuck up. Like, it's you're coming in to shut something down. The Four of Swords, they're gonna have to call it truth. Whoever rejected you is gonna have to move to the space of truth. Retreat. You got to fall back, because it's not designed for anybody to get on top of you. But you need that element of love. A personal issue reaches its resolution. You have people who are prejudiced against you. It's that environmental attitude that was conditioning you to act by way of prejudice. When you did show up in love, you were shown prejudice. So you might be trying to protect yourself, because you know you're a massive influence. You know the influence you have on people. You understand people's jealousy, and that jealousy, I just feel like a lot of that is going to be shut down. What you think is going to happen is not going to happen. A personal issue reaches its resolution. Okay, the Four of Pentacles. And a lot of cards is like splattering like that. But you got two fours here. Two fours. The Four of Swords, which is a thought process. It's like you got to make peace with whatever strife, whatever conflict that's brewing in you. The love is going to calm that down, whatever that inner turmoil and inner conflict is within you. You could be trying to move through heartbreak, transitioning through something that was painful to leave, something you had to leave behind that was in your south node. It could be yourself moving out of your south node into a different space. You're gonna have to make peace with that and stop fighting the transition. With the Four of Pentacles, it's a little stingy hearted, because it kind of puts you in a space of control. With that Four of Pentacles, I see that with you being the Queen of Swords and the Devil. Like, I don't think that's necessary at this point. Either way, it's telling you have to give up something. Like, what are you willing to? You got to compromise. You got to be willing to make that sacrifice or make that compromise. What is your, I guess it just depends on how much you value your worth or what you bring to the table. This is a test of a karmic lesson about that, especially with the South Node. Don't let the past hold you back. Why is that? Don't let the past hold you back here. Let's go a little bit deeper into it. We got the World. That's on the bottom. Six of Cups is in reverse. I'm not sure if it's you or it's an energy pulling. You don't want to let go. You're afraid to let go of something. You are. Because the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups is in alignment. Like, mental and emotional does tie together. So it makes sense why they both are in reverse. I feel like you may feel like a fish out of water. You got the Sun. That is happiness. They're gonna have to be happy for you. Okay, they don't have no choice but to be happy for you. That wouldn't even make sense to be mad at something like that. And you have to print. That's why the hacker. You got somebody like you could pick up on somebody's telepathic energy or just sending energy, watching you from afar, watching you on a global on a platform. That's going right on top of that Four of Truths. Hold on. This goes here. The sun goes here. The world goes here. Six of Cups. All somebody could think about is I'd rather somebody's not ready for you to leave, but you're leaving. I feel like it's a couple different people pulling on your energy. I'm not gonna lie, Gemini. Somebody is fighting, like they don't want to let you go. It's hard to let you go. That could have been a crack in the foundation. You could have been allowing people to siphon your energy in a way where you could realize it's happening, but not doing that much about it because you could have been in love with that person or know that y'all love each other or something like that or have love for each other. Well, this is just somebody bullying you energetically. But this isn't the upright. So this is somebody using a lot of like wits and strategy. Being real logical and practical. I think you're matching it because this together with the Four of Swords and this Prince of Swords. A prince is like a knight of swords. This is a younger person, or they act younger than you, because you're showing up as the queen, and this is a knight. But then when you move it over here, he has to call a truce. He's forced. He's forced to call a truce. He did something to you. Something happened, and you're trying to like get through it, and it's nagging. It's very nagging energy. It's giving me it's like stagnant energy. Like I don't like that feeling. I'm trying to move forward, but it's a process to break the habit. You stop fighting with someone. You stop like somebody's still trying to argue with you. With that Sun card, that's giving like that youthful energy, that playful energy. And that Six of Swords is on top of that Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords in reverse is like, I don't have no peace without you. That's really not your problem that they're thinking about all this now that you need to be elsewhere. But these are major arcanas here. So this is a spiritual transformation for somebody too. Maybe in a slightly different way than you. You are somebody's mirror. Because I see the Wheel of Fortune. You tried and you tried and you kept trying. And you just stopped. You stopped arguing. You stopped with the conflict. I feel like you stopped internalizing why me? You know, you stopped internalizing all the ambivalence that came with whatever the connection is with you and this Prince of Swords. I feel like you are excelling because you're going. It's giving me death and transformation. So that caterpillar going into a butterfly. The Lovers is in reverse. Yep. And the Judgment. This isn't love. This isn't even respect. This is prejudice. Somebody was prejudiced against you because it made them feel more powerful. Something about you being another notch under their belt or trying to make you box you in like that. Somebody ignored you and it was all designed it would have kept you in your. Don't let your past hold you back. You already learned a lesson. You seem to be learning a lesson this person has yet to learn. But by you advancing past your self note or moving out of your self note is making that person. You call judgment. You call somebody out. You call judgment. This could even be a divorce. Because the Six of Cups is in reverse. The Six of Swords is in reverse too, though. This person in the Lover's card, this is even like your energy. This could even speak to a Gemini man. This person is here. Like he's figuring you out. Like I don't know if you disappeared. Like he's trying to figure out where you went or where you're going. Like he's used to having a certain element of control over you with that Four of Pentacles, which is stupid. It's unfortunate. And give me one for the Six of Cups in reverse. Because that's like not wanting to let go. Both of those cards say I don't want to let go. But you do. So now you have and the conflict. You're not internalizing it no more that you have to let go. I think there was an underlying, it feels like fear was there. Why it took so long to let it go. I feel like it's obsessive thinking. Why it took so long to let it go. But once you did, though, it was an eruption. That shit. The adventure, responsibility, expectations. You expect more for yourself. You're starting to make moves that further amplify your self-worth. By bringing love in the situation. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Yeah, it reaches a resolution. No more karmic. No more. I learned this lesson already. You got another Leo card here, so that could be significant. Something about somebody wanting to domesticate you. You're a natural free thinker, a natural free spirit, and something about somebody wanting to smother you, and they almost put the light out, dim the light about you. I hear Pharrell, Dim the Lights. Remember his album, In My Mind? And it's a song on there called Dim the Lights. But that whole album is dedicated to the energy of this reading. Because in his mind, that was his first solo album, away from Nerd, or apart from Nerd. But I think they still featured on the album. Because I hear, can I have it like that? You got it like that. I also see Aquarius reading. A heat wave is what they're going to feel if they don't wise up. Like their reading is very significant here. It's like somebody who gave you their Axicus, now you're giving them your Axicus. Do I need to flip any more from this deck? No. You are a perfect mirror for somebody. Put somebody dead in their fucking place. That's what it feels like to me. Okay. Shuffle for Gemini. Pink and orange is significant. 3:14. Then again, you looked at the clock again. 3:17 p.m. is significant. Knight of Wands. Hermit. This is giving predatorial energy. So you could be surviving something or getting stronger about something that put you on a different path. It wasn't your fault, but it put you on a different path. You didn't really have no peace about it, whatever it was. Some kind of ball of mental oppression. For some, that's not for everybody. But on other news, you something lit a fire under your ass with this Knight of Wands, and it got this And it's like it's looking in the same direction. You got this emperor who is in the hermit mode, which is the emperor in reverse. You think? You see how he's looking? See how she took off and how he's looking now? The Seven of Pentacles. You went celibate. Someone couldn't understand why they couldn't conquer you. Judgment is here again. You couldn't make this foolish decision if you felt like it. Like you're too smart. You're too intelligent. Okay, you're actually smarter than this person. While on paper, it looked like this person supposed to be smarter than you, or know more than you, or have a higher velocity of intellect than you. That's not true. Your higher, your intellect is higher than this person. And they tried to embarrass you because they knew that. They know they can't beat you. That's why they was trying to pull you down a peg. A couple pegs. I hear, you're the only girl I really like that. You don't really like girls like that. Or like nobody like that. I actually like you. Like you. I just feel like he's trying to be arrogant about it. Projection. Deflecting too. Deflect off all the insecurities, Two of Swords, confusion, Three of Cups. Gemini. You may not have it all figured out yet, but all you can know is that you're going to be happy with this Three of Cups and this Two of Swords. You don't see all that's about to happen yet. You just have smarts, you have education, you come with a little bit more experience, but you're still kind of new. In this new phase of life is new. You're taking the training wheels off the helmet and the knee pads too, in regards to you facing your north node. Like you went through something. It's hard to, you keep looking back. Past tense. You seem to have kept looking back for whatever reason, because that's what felt natural for you. Somebody wanted you to be something. You're something. Look, this person's inability to be vulnerable with you, just what it basically means is you make them happy. They're always happy to hear from you. And when you don't talk to them, it puts them they kind of long for you. It puts them in a different space. They watch you. They feel very connected to you. They have an inner knowing. It took you a while to catch up to realizing what the significance of this connection is. He knew before you knew. You dig what I'm saying? Or if you're a Gemini man, the other person knew before you knew. And it made their nerves heightened. Not in a bad way. It feels good with the Three of Cups and the Judgment. Like they always feel good around you. That's why they're always in your energy. I feel like the illusion has stopped, and that was that. Not for that other person, but for you. So something's shifting. They don't quite understand it. Yeah, I don't quite understand it. But for you, it's like you walking into a space. He might come with a little bit more leeway than you. You're coming to catch up to what this person knows about the significance of your connection. This next phase, though, is requiring independence. You might have to do it solo. I hear they're not like us. It's hard working with these people. Something about working with a group of people, it was hard working with those people. They're not like you. I feel like you look at your counterpart like that. Like you don't see things the way I see things. Six of Pentacles. Yes, they do. What's on the bottom? The King of Swords. You notice how every air sign, every air card, the card that represents mental challenges, are backed up by an Earth card. Every time. Because you had the Prince of Swords with the Four of Pentacles. You starting off with the Queen of Swords and the Devil. That's all Earth energy. Earth and air energy. Alright, what do we want to see? What does Gemini need to know? The Judgment came out for the third time. Once you know, you can't go back to not knowing. The High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't surprise me because I was about to say you already have the intuition on what you're supposed to be doing next. I feel like you're guided away. It ain't that they blew it. It's just that it blew their top off. I feel like it blew their mind that you did something different. The responsibility that you are who you are. It's blowing their mind that you are who you are to this person. You mean more to this person than they expected. King and Queen of Swords. And it's telepathic, heightened intuition, heightened inner knowing. This Four of Swords is in reverse. The Four of Swords in an upright for one, and the Four of Swords in the reverse for another. Somebody does not want to say goodbye. They're struggling with the separation of you. I feel like you're picking up on their dark night of the soul. The Seven of Swords is in reverse. Something's being exposed. The Ten of Wands. It's a burden with responsibility. They got exactly what they asked for. But this is a spiritual awakening. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords right here. And the Lovers is in the upright here. The Three of Swords is in the reverse. Damn, I feel like that's the same person energy. They're not trying to go through the process of coming out that South Node. They got to start the process all over, and it's a lot more challenging than what it initially was. With that Knight, with the Hangman, and then you got the Chariot. The Queen of Wands is in reverse. That's somebody that's attached to them. The Seven of Wands is in reverse. I mean, their defenses is down. It's way more challenging going through this the second go round. This is somebody who's spiritually empty, insecure, maybe jealous, negative traits, the shadow side of any fire sign, feminine fire sign energy. Lack of reception, insecure, know-it-all, short-tempered, and the defenses is down. It's like you're completely vulnerable and out there, caught out there. Somebody is caught out there. And then the World card is right there after that. So the World card is here twice in the upright. So it's a cycle for you to go out your South Node and for somebody to repeat their South Node. How many swords is in reverse? All of them. I mean, some of them are, the Two of Swords is in the upright, but you got a Six of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, exposure. Even the Seven of Wands, it's not good because the Temperance is in reverse here. Somebody does not want to look at themselves. They're not able to see themselves clearly. With the Temperance, that's imbalance. They're not able to see you clearly. And they're moving forward, wandering blindly. Come here, son. You okay? I put it in a freezer. I'll get it in a second, okay? They have to move. They moving forward, wandering blindly. Okay. Someone took a path to the north node. The lovers is in reverse for one, which is short term. They're going to go through an endless amount of short term. It's like short term affairs. Three of Swords is not able to take rejection. They don't want to believe that they've been rejected. Somebody's struggling with feelings of inadequacy, so they may not be yours, Gemini. And this is stubborn energy. It's moving forward, but very stubborn. They're not moving right. That's what this is giving me with the surrounding cards. The Queen of Swords is you, because they're both in the upright. They got exactly what they're asking for, which is a refusal to budge. So now they getting hit. I feel like they're getting hit from all different angles. Mental, spiritual. Seven of Wands is in reverse. They're more susceptible to be controlled by somebody who practiced that darker energy, that shadowy energy, that insecurity. They're gonna succumb to that. The Four of Swords is in reverse too. They don't want to call a truce. Something is become very evident, especially with the defenses down. This is right behind each other. The Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands is in reverse. Maybe this is the person who got outed for tainting y'all's experience, for slowing down y'all experience. This Queen of Wands in reverse got something to do with that. And their defenses is down. They're going to get their ass whooped spiritually, and their defenses is down. They ain't going to be able to stop it. And that's a whole other cycle of that. So this is spiritual attacks that don't have nowhere to go but back to the person who initially sent them out. So you don't got to walk around feeling prejudiced. You were prejudiced, and it was right to be prejudiced, especially when you felt disrespected. You didn't feel like it was logical to even give love. That's not common sense to give somebody love when they're attacking you. But love does overrule the whole experience. Seeing that you understand your value and you're propelling yourself forward, just because somebody wants to somebody's trying to domesticate a hungry lion. See, this is a statue. You can't do shit with that. That's a stubborn, fixed person. And somebody is not ready for it to be over. I heard she's gonna keep fucking me, like that's gonna make me change my mind. It's not pleasurable. This was not a very pleasurable experience. Whoever was sleeping around, and they don't have to be a man or a woman, but it's a very distorted feminine here that projected prejudice off on you and did not want you to feel the love propelling forward. Somebody really was all out for disrespect, for attacking, making you feel defensive with the Nine of Wands. But what's awesome though is that Nine of Pentacles is like you're independent. It could have slowed something down for you business wise. You got the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're creating another opportunity with the little bit you already had established. You were maintaining. You made something of it. You made a new opportunity with it with the Ace of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups is in reverse. So the rose-colored glasses is off in one hand, but all the cups is poured out. This is somebody who don't know which way is up. With the Seven of Cups in the upright, it's like a daydreamer. But when it's in reverse, it's like twice as likely. It feels like they're under an illusion. The illusion is sent out to you. They're under that illusion. With that Nine of Wands can also represent mental disabilities like paranoias and schizophrenia and things like that. You're not supposed to call people crazy, but they're going crazy. So just by chance, maybe your crown chakra was attacked or was attempting to be attacked. That shit went right back with the Judgment being here 3 different times. It's an awakening. The Judgment. You have awakened to who you are, what you're supposed to, and who's supposed to be around you, propelling it while you push yourself forward. You might have to start all over again, in a way. It could be all new people. It doesn't have to be every single thing. With the King of Swords is being of service, is stepping up and speaking out about right is right and wrong is wrong, or just putting yourself out there and being received well by the community. With the Six of Pentacles is reciprocal energy, it's earning their respect. But you're walking out, you bringing love into the situation. Maybe you have a newfound compassion for people who struggles through that kind of stuff, because even though the person brought it on themselves, it's still the reality that you're watching them struggle through it or something like that. Or you could be struggling through something. Or somebody has a new compassion for you. A newfound compassion for you. Or you have a newfound compassion for your person because they're so fucked up in the game that they in hermit mode. They have to go within. Like they have to go sit down somewhere. They have to go regroup. They have to go in a separate corner and go regroup. So this looks like celibacy from both ends. This is fasting. The hermit mode is fasting. Because you're refraining from everything. Call a truce. And the Seven of Pentacles is like, y'all could be picking up on each other's sexual energy. Because this is celibacy too. Seven of Pentacles is creative energy. It's one of the cards of fertility. It's planting seeds, waiting for them to come into fruition. Because it couldn't indicate pregnancy, but I feel like this is a birth of a new part of your identity, or a different side of your identity. The born identity. I heard the born identity. It's you honoring your self-worth and mothering yourself and nurturing your own stuff. Like you planted these seeds. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's time for you to just honor your self-worth and just go through with it. With love. Do it with love. Whatever you're doing now, it's professionalism is a must, but the difference now is that it doesn't feel like work because you're doing it with love. You see, I like the Libra scales on this, the merchant. Like you're balancing the scales. You could be working with somebody who is experienced in the industry and teaching you how to properly like price your merchandise. Gemini, I don't know what else to make of this, except there's a lot going on here. It's a lot you walked away from. I feel like you walked away from a big ball of confusion in the name of love, in the name of self-love. Let them deal with it. And somebody does not want to let you go, but there's nothing you can really do about that because you have to give that up in order to achieve your dreams. Anyway, that's what the bottom line is in all of this. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time.